and home versus Concord, and then again on Monday, and then again tonight versus Souhegan. Bedford will start the first half with the ball. Two seniors ready to kick this off between Avery Manny and Olivia Tulin for Bedford. And we're underway at Bulldog Stadium. Tulin controlling, looking down the wing to Taliaferro. Knocked away there on defense by Taylor Krowecki of Souhegan. Now played up along the side where it's headed there by Stravopoulos of Bedford, but they're going to call a quick foul. Looks like a 50-50 ball, but they'll call a foul on that and will result in a free kick for Souhegan. Isabella Kraus will drive the foot into that one and clear it up where it's knocked away there by Taliaferro. Up to Avery Manny, looking for a little give and go, but just a little too far ahead, and we'll have a throw in for Souhegan. Krowecki for Souhegan, taking the throw in. Now, Brammer Dupuis plays it back along that back line where she finds Kraus. And Kraus will play it up along the right side, the bench side for both teams. Lana Morris of Bedford playing it up towards the middle. Just missed on a connection there. And Souhegan will try to reverse direction. Thrown in here by one of the many freshmen on this team, in Kate Michael. Controlled by Souhegan and reversing the field is Greta Calton, but turned over to Neftali of Bedford. Little give and go from Alana Morris. Neftali still with it. Finding Olivia Matthews. Matthews in midfield. Looking for someone on that far wing, but just played it into the foot of a Souhegan player, and Jacqueline Hayden picking up the ball. But we'll have a throw-in coming up for Bedford. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the first half. No score between Souhegan and Bedford. Stravopoulos for Bedford fighting through, but controlled again by Calton of Souhegan. Now stolen by Lana Morris. She tries to play a through ball in for a shot by Olivia Tulin, who's cutting in, but it's quickly picked up by the keeper. Short kick out towards midfield. Knocked down by Matthews of Bedford. Bedford looking to try to gain some sort of control and pace to the play, but so far a lot of back and forth between the two teams. Matthews play it along back to Taliaferro. She gives it a right-footed kick up to Tulin. Tulin of Bedford fighting, but now one there again by Calton. Calton involved in quite a bit of the play thus far. Manny for Bedford controlling to Lana Morris. Back to Matthews, trying to switch field. Kate Michael of Bedford plays it up to Stravopoulos, looking for a little give and go. Pulled back there and controlled by Jacqueline Hayden of Souhegan. Now Stravopoulos will play it along to that solid defensive line of Neve Humphrey and Stein. Humphrey over to Neftali. Neftali playing it up to Morris, but behind her and out of bounds for a Souhegan throw-in. Calton again for Souhegan's trying to switch directions and fields. Knocked away on the defensive end by Taliaferro to Manny. Manny and Matthews sort of stepping on each other there, but still able to get the ball back to Neftali, who plays it up to Morris on the wing. Nice passing for Bedford here. Good job by Lana Morris to shield, and she works it back to that line of Neve Humphrey on the far side, who plays it up to Morris, but Morris tries to find Stravopoulos, where it's quickly stolen and turned over there. Michael to Stravopoulos, looking for some overlap. Has Taliaferro sprinting down that far side. Chased there by Sierra Kimball of Souhegan, and she'll just knock it out of bounds to let her team regroup. Just about 5 minutes gone here. We'll get a quick substitution for Bedford as Tulin comes off and Grace Crowder comes on. Kate Michael on the throw in. Finds looking for Stravopoulos, but played defensively there by Souhegan up and out of play for a throw in. We'll do it again. Taliaferro left footing it back into the middle of the box. Finding Stravopoulos to Morris. Morris on the one-timer, but defended well by the keeper there. Well, able to keep that one out of harm's way, and that was a very close for a first conversion of a goal for Bedford, but saved by the keeper. So we'll have our first corner kick of the game. Humphrey will take this for Bedford. Good chance for Bedford already. Let's see if we can bury one here. Humphrey curling it off the upright of the crossbar for football. And they'll call that out of play for a goal kick. Humphrey, it's a nice bend on that ball, but just a little too much arc in the air tonight. No wind. So we'll set it up for a Stonebreaker goal kick. She plays it short just over the 18. Off of Stravopoulos' foot. We'll have a throw in here. Kurowecki to take it for Souhegan. She plays it into Carlton. Carlton carrying. Has plenty of space, but Matthews, nice defensive job to shut that down quickly. She plays it up a line and finds Grace Crowder. Crowder, nice run on this one. Tries to cut back in, but defended there on a safe play by Sierra Kimball. And we'll have another corner kick for Bedford, and this time on the opposite side and the left foot of Stein. No score here, first half, just about 7 minutes gone. Bedford and Souhegan winding down the regular season. Stein will try to bend one in here. A run on by Bedford towards that net. Broken up by the keeper. It's over that line, so she'll have to boot it away. She did a great job of coming out to punch that away. And now she's sending her teammate in on Eva Bowell. And Bowell tries to chip in over this Zoe Santos, the keeper for Bedford, was way out of her net by a good 20 yards. But she gets a piece of that. And then Naftali for Bedford will knock it out of bounds to let the team regroup. A little bit of a dangerous situation there for Bedford. The keeper Stonebreaker just tried to clear it. Well, Souhegan had someone waiting for it, wait up along the 50-yard line. Kurowecki inbounds the ball. Carlton with it. Sends it along to midfield. Played back along there to Brammer Dupuis. Now to Yakovakis. Naftali chases. And she will play it up to Lana Morris. Morris, nice spin move to regain and keep control. Now to Matthews, but stolen there by Carlton. And broken up nicely by Humphrey. Crowder chasing for Bedford. She plays it back to Stonebreaker, who boots it up towards the wing to Taliaferro. We'll have a black throne coming up for Kate Michael. Michael looking for teammates to get moving. Finds Crowder. Tried to be chipped away there, but Taliaferro was able to get it. And now Crowder finds Stravopoulos. And then it will clear it out of bounds by Kraus of Souhegan. Plenty of balls along the sideline today. The other day that was an issue with balls not necessarily in reach. Plenty today. And we'll do this throw in again as Kimball boots it out of bounds. So far, Souhegan content to chip it out and let their team regroup. And Bedford will do the same. Matthews for Bedford. But stolen there by Hayden. Hayden plays it up to the middle of the field. Finds Patnaud. Patnaud works it on that far wing. Finds Yakovakis. Yakovakis covered there by Naftali. Naftali goes down on this damp turf. With the rain earlier today and some heavy mist air tonight, the field looks a little bit slippery. We'll have a Souhegan throw in. Broken up there by Stravopoulos. She's looking for a Grace Crowder at midfield, but Crowder now actually able to recover, but stolen away quickly by Krowecki. Lana Morris for Bedford. Switches fields, finds Talia Farrell streaking down the side. She's got Grace Crowder with her. Talia Farrell surveying. Boots it in towards the middle. Has Lana Morris cutting in. Morris, the keeper, way out of the net. All she's got to do is turn and shoot. But now a retreat and a one-timer from Stravopoulos. Now Stonebreaker got a little gutsy on that one. Way too out of the net, tried to defend, and she almost got burned, but good defense by her teammates, and she retreated enough to cover the goal mouth. Some nice passing there by Bedford. Another threat, but nothing to show for it yet. Now Matthews of Bedford. Looking. Finds Michael in the other far defensive position. Across the back. Finds Taliaferro, but it's out of bounds. Throw in from Souhegan here. Now stolen nicely by Manny. Manny being pursued by Yakovakis. She tries to play it up to Crowder. Crowder looking for someone in the middle, but cleared away and up and out of bounds by Sierra Kimball of Souhegan. Just over 10 minutes gone here in the first half, no score. Naftali on the throw in. She heaves it into the 18. Stravopoulos looking for it. She tries to play it back to Manny. Manny turns towards the corner. Looking for help, plays it back to Naftali. She tries another curl in, but just a little short on that one. Odell in as a substitution for Crowder for Bedford. Now Matthews plays it back to Kate Michael. Michael looking. Has time, has space. Tries to go for Stravopoulos, but blocked away nicely by Souhegan. Now Odell from Bedford. Trying to play it back to Matthews, but stolen away there by Souhegan. For the most part, the play has been in the Souhegan end of the field as Bedford has been able to maintain pretty much consistent pressure, just not a lot of shots. And there's an attempted through ball. Ball goes down into the corner. It's going to have to come out by Stormbreaker. She's trying to wait for it to pick it up, but she has no choice as it's pursued by Taliaferro, and she boots it out for a throw-in. Coach Michelle Winning at Bedford, hurling out instructions for her team. No score here. Almost 13 minutes gone. Michael heads it back. Finds Stravopoulos. Trying to find a rushing Odell, but knocked away quickly by Souhegan. Michael tries to make the play on it. Just goes off her foot and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for Souhegan. Krowecki hurls it in. Taliaferro is able to win the ball from Souhegan, but now it's one back. Now Matthews for Bedford. Plays it up to Taliaferro. A little give and go with Avery Manny. Manny finds a streaking Lana Morris, but out comes Stonebreaker again. Not afraid to be aggressive there. It looks like we're going to have two aggressive keepers tonight. Neither one of them afraid to leave the 18 and come out and play aggressive soccer to help their defense. Naftali for Bedford. We'll get this in. Looking for Alana Morris. Morris with a goal the other day and had a hat trick earlier in the season. One of the many freshmen on this team. Naftali plays it back to Matthews, another freshman. To Michael, a third freshman. Good combination going right now. Matthews looking for help, looking for Stravopoulos, but defended there by Souhegan. Now stolen again by Matthews of Bedford. To Manny. She lets it go by her, but it's picked up quickly by Yakovakis of Souhegan. Still controlling. Plays it up along the wing. But Neve Humphreys there for Bedford. She'll actually make a nice move and cut it out. And then we'll play it up to Lana Morris of Bedford. Morris to Grace Odell. Tries to keep it in play, finds Avery Manny. A little hand fighting going on, but the ball will go out of bounds off of Manny's foot. And we'll have a substitution here for Souhegan. Quick throw in. Stolen by Morris of Bedford. Finding Stravopoulos. She tries to one-time it to Grace Odell in the far corner. And once again, knocked out by Kimball of Souhegan. Bedford trying to establish some rhythm here. They've maintained pretty consistent pressure, but just not able to get any continued flow to the game. As Souhegan applies a pressure, but playing a very defensive game thus far. Taliaferro cutting in and looking for Stravopoulos on a one-timer, but blocked away there by Souhegan. Now Michael to Matthews. To Stravopoulos, but turned over again. Now stolen there by Baywell of Souhegan. Souhegan brings it across midfield, where Hayden picks it up. Now Stravopoulos heads it away. Odell picks it up and promptly kicks it out of bounds for a Souhegan throw-in. Just under 24 minutes remaining here in the first half. No score between the Souhegan Sabres visiting here the Bedford Bulldogs here at Bulldog Stadium. Have a substitution here for Souhegan as Baywell departs. Odell for Bedford fighting, and they'll call a foul against Souhegan. So we'll have a free kick coming up for Bedford. This will probably bring up the foot of Stein. See if she can utilize this heavy air tonight and float one up to let her team run under. Waiting for the official's whistle. Stein levels the left foot, puts it in on net, and right into the waiting hands of Stonebreaker. Just didn't have enough air under that one where the team could run under. Stonebreaker gives it a boot out towards midfield. Naftali heads it for Bedford. Defended there by Patnaud. Patnaud tries to play it over to teammate, but goes off her foot and out of bounds for a Bedford throw. Good throw in here from Naftali, looking for Manny. Manny is knocked down on the play. And retreating now is Souhegan, and they will pursue and knock it out of play for another throw-in. Again, not a lot of pace to this one. Against Souhegan, against Timberlane on earlier in the week, it was a very fast-paced game with two teams just working skill for skill against each other, and it was an evenly matched affair. Then it ended in a 2-2 tie after double overtime. But again, thus far, neither team able to get much going tonight. Now Morris for Bedford has it in the far corner. She plays it back to Naftali. Naftali floats one up and in. She's got a rushing Taliaferro, but it's knocked away there by the keeper. Now Morris looking to control. Keep the ball inside the 18 and knocked away nicely on defense by Kimball of Souhegan. Stein plays it up along the left side looking for Morris, but just too much, and that'll go out of bounds for a Souhegan throw-in. So nice ball there by Naftali. She got enough air underneath it to allow her teammates to run underneath. Taliaferro went up for the header, but Stonebreaker came over the top and was able to punch it away. Morris finding Odell, but now turned over to Souhegan. Hayden for Souhegan. Stolen away there by Matthews. Leaves it up to Michael. Michael to Taliaferro. Turns and has it go off the foot of Krewecki out of bounds for a Bedford throw. About 20 minutes gone here in the first half. No score still. And we'll have multiple substitutions for Bedford here. Again, 4 games in a brief period of time, so these girls have seen quite a bit of action. Not to mention they've had a few on the injury front, so good to get some rotation coming in anticipation of the upcoming playoff tournament. Throw in there too. Manny goes off her foot and out of bounds. I think she tried to redirect down and send Grace Crowder down the line, but too far and deep. Now Michael looking for Tulin. Now Crowder for Bedford. She chips it up, looking for Tulin. Tulin plays it out wide. One time there, but nobody on that far side. Looked like Peyton Prokop on the cross, but nobody cutting in from that right side. So Stonebreaker for Souhegan will take the goal kick. The thing about the scheme that Bedford runs is the wings end up playing more like halfback, so they're up and back quite a bit. So the ball gets flipped around pretty quickly. You have the people up in the striker positions, but the wings end up doing a lot of running. And sometimes, again, if there's that quick turnover, it's tough to, especially on a cross, get a ball in. But here's Tulin of Bedford. Gets it on her left foot, not her right foot. She fires that shot and just wide. Now Stonebreaker makes a great save on that one. Tulin was able to switch it from her left foot to her right foot, get around and create some space, and fired a right-footed shot to the low left-hand corner. But Stonebreaker with a nice save to knock it just wide, and now we'll have a corner kick for Bedford as Stein will take it. I'm sorry, Humphrey will take it. Humphrey puts it up, and there's Stonebreaker again coming out to grab it before anybody can get a foot or a head on it for Bedford. So Stonebreaker very active here in the first half. Number of saves, and also out to be aggressive on loose balls to her D. Stein for Bedford plays it back to Santos, the keeper, who right foots it out to the far side where she finds Prokop. And now Manny of Bedford looking for some give and go, but defended there by Souhegan. Now Neftali plays it to Stravopoulos. Stravopoulos surveying, looking to switch the field, but stolen. Maddie Brown plays it out wide for Hayden of Souhegan. Going person to person against Kate Michael, and Michael makes a nice spin move, but right back out is Souhegan, but Grace Crowder is able to pick it up for Bedford. Turns it over quickly to Brammer Dupuis of Souhegan. Now Manny of Bedford controlling, looking for someone to make a run. Has Prokop down the far side, looking for Tulin, and just a little too far for a charging Tulin. Tulin looking for one that she can just try to pick up and make one turn in and shoot, but just a little too far advanced for Stonebreaker again out aggressively to field it. No score thus far. Just over 17 minutes remaining here in the first half. Bedford applying quite a bit of pressure, but nothing to show for it thus far. Manny for Bedford. Looking for Tulin. Tulin fiddling. Now right foot to left foot. Tries to find help in the middle, but defended there. Now Stravopoulos with a header back in the box. And here's Crowder. He's trying to use that height, but nice play by Stonebreaker. So nice run in there by Grace Crowder. Tries to head it up and over the hands of an outreached Stonebreaker, but she's able to snag it. Stein for Bedford plays it back to Stravopoulos, who switches it back along the defense to Neftali. Neftali for Prokop to Manny. Stolen there by Souhegan, but now Bedford controls and looking for a rushing Olivia Tulin, but again, too far down that line. Stonebreaker boots it out towards the far sideline. Defended and knocked on a play by Neftali at Bedford for a Souhegan throw in. They have someone ready to make a substitution, and they will, in fact, do so. So Yakovakos will come out of the game, and Lamar will come back in. Lamar to Patnaud, and stolen away by Bedford. Picked up here by Manny. Manny looking for help. Michael trying to overlap with her. Manny still looking for her. She does down that far side. She should be able to pick up Grace Crowder. Crowder bringing down to that far corner. Defended, looking for help as Crowder. She left foots it in, trying to find Kate Michael. Now picked up by Bedford. Stein for Bedford, which switches the field. Able to get a nice left foot on it. And we'll get a handball or an offside call here. Looks like an offside call against Bedford. Almost looked like it went off the left arm of Souhegan, but the offside must have been first. Now Tulin at Bedford. Looking for someone to make a run. Has Crowder making a run down to that far corner. She goes one-on-one with Stonebreaker, who again, who's way out of her goal box, outside the 18, and she will rifle it out of bounds for a Bedford throw-in. Naftali on the throw-in. Picked up here by Constantine, but turned over to Carlton. Carlton boots it up where it's headed to Humphrey. And then settled by Patton out of Souhegan. Stravopoulos of Bedford. Finds Tulin. Tulin on the left side. Controlling. Looking for Crowder. Crowder able to get on the right foot. Turns and make a nice shot, but it's blocked away. And then Crowder's able to regain control. Gets on her left foot and just fires one wide. So good pressure there again by the Bulldogs. Still no score, though. 13 and a half minutes remaining here in the first half. So he's going to make some substitutions here as well. Stonebreaker will take the goal kick. Michael for Bedford looking to control. She does. Finds Manny. Manny with a look like a nice stop there, but they're going to call the ball out of bounds for a Souhegan throw in. Michael toes it up and out of bounds again for another throw in. And we'll do it again. Lynn for Souhegan throws it in. Manny stealing. Finds Tulin. Tulin will play it back to Kate Michael, who plays it back to Stein along that defensive line. Finding Stravopoulos. Now to switching fields is Naftali. Naftali setting up along the left side. Little give and go. Naftali using that speed. Able to find a rushing Tulin. Tulin covering in, and Stonebreaker will come out again. You had Manny rushing in as well, but Stonebreaker again well outside the 18 to make that play. Now Humphrey heading ahead for Bedford. Picked up there by Tulin. Tulin finding Crowder. Crowder on the far left side, looking to fight through, is able to. Has Avery Manny cutting on the right side. Manny, the senior, looking to get off a shot, and she sends up and over the crossbar on a nice play and passing and shot by Crowder and Manny. Well, Stonebreaker definitely adjusted that ball there as Manny had the keeper coming out full speed at her, and she tried to chip it up and over her head, but just a little bit too much underneath it, and it hit the crossbar, which hangs directly over the top of the goal for soccer. So another good chance for Bedford, but no score. Now Michael to Manny. Whoop. Off she went to make the play and swing and a miss. And we'll have a Bedford throw in. Or a Souhegan throw in, but quickly turned over. Now Crowder for Bedford. Sandwiched by two Souhegan players. Lynn able to come out with it. One time from Carlton. Up ahead. Something going here for Souhegan. Carlton tries to redirect, but sent back the other direction by Naftali. Crowder able to steal, able to cut through. He's got two to beat. Sandwiched away there by Souhegan, but Manny steals. Looking for another shot. Tries to play it to that far post, but nobody on that far side to knock it in. Again, good pressure there by Bedford to keep the ball in the zone. We'll have another goal kick here for Souhegan. 10 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Several players utilizing this brief break to pull up the socks and shin pads and retie the shoes. Stonebreaker finds Carlton in the middle. Carlton plays it out nicely wide to Hayden. Hayden tries to play it up that far wing and does. Has it rushing Lamar. Lamar tries to play across, but knocked away safely by Naphtali to allow her team to regroup for a throw-in. Kylie Morris has typically been the other defensive line mate, but out with an injury right now and replaced tonight by Kate Michael. Humphrey for Bedford, able to steal and knock away. Carlton, able to play it for Bedford. Now Crowder has it, makes a nice chest settle, able to settle it. She's sprinting on the right side, but covered well and muscled off the ball by Sierra Kimball of Souhegan. So Crowder, you could see her trying to get that ball settled so she could get a shot off as she was racing down that right side, but defended well by Kimball. And we'll have a corner kick coming up for Bedford. So Stein of Bedford will take this corner. Bedford will make the rush in. The lone teammate is Crowder, using her height right along that goal line. Stein rifles it in. Has a couple of teammates rushing in, but they're going to call offside again on Bedford. So Stonebreaker will take the goal kick. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. No score. She's able to find a teammate who heads it away at midfield. Now, nice back and forth by Souhegan as Pat now rushes down the left. She's covered by Manny and Michael, and the two of them are able to get the ball turned over. Now Stein of Bedford able to get around and use that big foot. Finds Manny. Manny rushing down the side looking for help. Plays a nice through ball to Grace Crowder. Crowder able to turn. Defended and held off there again by number 24, Kimball, who knocks it out of bounds for a throw-in. A little bit of hand fighting there, but well done by Kimball to prevent any further advancement from Bedford. And Michael will take the throw-in. She does, looking for Ava Constantine. Now Michael again has it, looking for someone to get open. Constantine tries to play it, but turns it over. Stolen there, but now stolen back by Stravopoulos, but pursued here by Carlton. Carlton controlling. She brings it all the way down. Was looking for a teammate in Baywell, but the ball's turned over and defended and booted up by Bedford. Stein carrying across midfield, but turned over there to Lamar. Stein chasing now again for Bedford, pursued by Souhegan. Manny for Bedford, looking for help. Finds Stravopoulos. Stravopoulos just gives it a boot to find Crowder. Crowder able to chip it ahead with her head, but stopped there again by Kimball. You can tell Kimball's job is just to keep Crowder reeled in and controlled. Just under 7 minutes left here in the first half, no score. Bedford able to apply quite a bit of pressure, but most of it has been in the second third of the Souhegan end, with a few shots mixed in there, but not able to convert. Michael to Manny. Manny to Crowder. Off her foot, but they'll say no. Kicked away by Brammer Dupuy for Souhegan. He will maintain a Bedford throw-in. Looked like it went off the foot of Constantine at Bedford, but they're going to say it was redirected by Carlton. So Manny will take the throw-in. Looking for someone to get in motion. Finds Olivia Tulin. Tulin sets it up on that left foot, curls, and one hop right into the hands of a waiting keeper, Stonebreaker. So nice turn and shot there by Tulin. Stonebreaker drives the left foot through out towards midfield, where Stravopoulos of Bedford finds it. Gives it to Tulin. Tulin down that left side to Prokop. Prokop looking for help. She curls it in with the left foot, but again, Stonebreaker there. Nobody home for Bedford to help out. Stonebreaker out towards midfield. Headed there. Back and forth. Carlton gets a head on it again. Now driven out wide. Carlton now dribbling. Able to find space through, but broken up there and defended by Stein of Bedford. Carlton goes down, and we'll have the ball go right into the hands of awaiting Zoe Santos of Bedford. Souhegan controlling. Now but played up to Bedford. And out of bounds off the foot of Olivia Tulin for Souhegan throw-in. But for tried a little give and go there. You can tell with some of the newcomers to the lineup, there's a reason for some of the lack of flow to the game, but injuries forcing quite a bit of that. And not to mention the number of games the team has played in the last few days. Carlton, nice footwork to reverse the field, looking for a run down that left side. Has a teammate there, and Patna looking, but broken up really nicely there by Stein of Bedford. Again, really nice defense throughout the season this year by Stein and Humphrey. Now Crowder, kneeing it ahead, pursued there by Kimball. Mandy with it, looking for someone to make a run, pointing it out. Has Tulin and also has Prokop sprinting down that left side, but here comes Stonebreaker out to boot it out of bounds for a throw-in. Naftali for Bedford. Looking to make a play, is able to turn nicely, but it's turned over there to Souhegan. But now Humphrey at Bedford has it. Finds Prokop down the sideline, looking for help and finding Grace Crowder. Crowder able to shield, looking for a cutting Tulin, but it's missed there and turned over as Constantine for Bedford was going for it. Now Constantine with it, racing in, finds a cutting Grace Crowder, but just over a step away as she had a chance to take maybe a one-time shot past Stonebreaker, but again, Stonebreaker out to play it defensively. Another nice play by Bedford to get a threat on. Stonebreaker out, plays it along that far side where both teams have their chairs, no longer have benches anymore with the pandemic. Everybody's seated plenty of distance apart. So throughout this half, Bedford able to keep the ball down at the Souhegan end, other than a few rare chances for Souhegan to advance, but nothing to show for it. And we'll have another substitution for Souhegan. And they will have the throw in the ball. Stravopoulos to Bedford defending. Is able to turn and make a good kick up, but it goes along that back line where they'll let it go all the way through to Stonebreaker. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. No score. Stonebreaker plays it up where it's controlled by Kate Michael. Michael has to go off of her and off of Patnaud. Patnaud now racing up that left side, looking for support, but Michael able to recover. And it will go off her foot and over the end line for a corner kick coming up for Souhegan. So late opportunity here with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Souhegan and Patnaud will set it up for a corner kick. All teammates except for one just outside the 18 where Bedford will bring everybody in. Patnaud sends it into the 18. Headed away there where it's picked up by Zoe Santos. So it looked like Neve Humphrey on the header and then picked up by Santos. Not really any pressure on that one from Souhegan. They played up to Grace Crowder, but stolen. Now Tulin makes a play on it. Tries to find Grace Crowder. Crowder trying to fight through. Kimball. Prokop looking for Tulin. Tulin right foots it down. Has space. Tries to fire a shot, but right into the waiting hands of Stonebreaker. So that one was straight on, right in the middle of the net. If she perhaps finds a corner, there's a better chance there. But again, Stonebreaker able to keep it out. She gives it a boot out towards midfield. Picked up there by Stravopoulos. Stolen away by Souhegan, where Naftali is able to pick it up, and she'll take a throw in as it goes off a Souhegan leg and out of play. Prokop looking for help, but stolen there by Carlton. Carlton will carry. She's got space. She goes around Stravopoulos, plays it down that far right wing. She's got help and two players charging. Humphrey for Bedford, they're defending. And then Stein is as well, and she is called off by Santos. We're in the waning seconds of the first half. This is on the officials' time. They're looking at the watches now, and there is the whistle for the end of the first half. No score at the end of one 40-minute session here at Bulldog Stadium between Souhegan and Bedford. We'll have a 10-minute intermission and be back for second half action. We are back and ready for second half action here at Bulldog Stadium. No score. Souhegan will start with the ball as the two teams switch ends. Again, Souhegan in the all-white uniforms, Bedford in the all-black with the masks. Bedford going away from the scoreboard and Souhegan going towards the scoreboard. Bedford with the most quality chances in the first half, just couldn't put anything home as Stonebreaker made a couple of nice saves, but see if they can convert here with some additional pressure to, like they had on Monday night. Played up quickly, where it's blocked away by Michael of Bedford. Michael looking to one-toe it out, finds Taliaferro on a give and go. Looking for help there. It resulted in a quick throw in for Kate Michael of Bedford. She plays it up towards Taliaferro. Taliaferro trying to get around. Another throw in. She gets it in quickly, looking for Grace Odell. But knocked away. And here comes Souhegan. Baywell plays it up. A little give and go, but broken up nicely there. But they'll call a foul. And we'll see which way it goes. They're going to call a foul on Souhegan. Looked like a 50-50 ball there, but they'll say that Souhegan was the aggressor, and Neve Humphrey for Bedford will take this kick. Levels the right foot into it. Down in towards the box. Finds Lana Morris. Lana Morris looking to just as she was about to get off that right-footed shot, it was broken up. And now Olivia Matthews tries to play it back to Naftali. But Naftali sees it go out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in here for Lynn of Souhegan. Picked up there by Naftali of Bedford. She plays it along to Olivia Matthews. Matthews to Tulin. Tulin for Odell. Plays it nicely to Lana Morris. Oh, and she thought there'd be another give and go, but Odell had cut inside where Morris thought she was going to cut outside. But Souhegan played it out defensively out of bounds to break up the forward progress, and Bedford will have a throw, and Naftali will take it. Good pressure thus far to start the half. Lana Morris heads it back over to Odell, who plays it to Naftali. She chips it up and over to Matthews. Matthews looking to switch the field. She plays it all the way back to her line of Eve Humphrey. Humphrey out to Michael. Michael has a just roll off her foot, though, out of bounds. You'll have a Souhegan throw in. Odell pressures for Bedford on the throw in. A little bit of arm grabbing going, but they'll play on. Booted up there by Souhegan. Settled by Baywell, who plays it back to Carlton. Carlton plays it all on that back line for Lynn. Lynn right foots it up, but right into the chest of Humphrey. Humphrey chips it forward, finds a rushing Taliaferro, tries to get a leg on it, but it's knocked away by Kimball. Now Odell racing for it for Bedford, and we'll have a foul call against Odell. She ran over Kimball on that one. Looks like Bedford trying to pick up a little more intensity here in the second half. No score. Just over 3 minutes gone. Stonebreaker will come out to take this kick. And she boots it up and over. Another heavy set of fog settling in here at Bulldog Stadium. Probably not necessarily on the actual field level, but certainly on the viewing level. Matthews. One time's Taliaferro, who finds Odell. Odell waiting for an overlap. Has Taliaferro racing down, but Kimball is there. Kimball stolen by Taliaferro. She's able to get control. She makes a nice cross, but right into the hands of Stonebreaker. Nice rush there by Bedford. And good right-footed shot or cross by Taliaferro, but into the hands of Stonebreaker. She had Lana Morris cutting in there, too, so the ball goes up and over her head. She was covered, but there might have been a chance for a tap in. Stein plays it along the back line to Humphrey of Bedford. Humphrey serving. And we'll get a handball call against Souhegan as Humphrey tried to play that ball up. Just inadvertently went off the hand of Souhegan. Forward. Humphrey will take the free kick. No score here. Second half, Souhegan Sabres and Bedford Bulldogs. Matthews for Bedford plays it to Naftali. Tries to play it out to the wing of Morris, but doesn't get enough oomph behind it, and it rolls out of bounds off of Souhegan, though, for a Bedford throw-in. Lamar tried to play that ball, but again went out of bounds. Bedford good pressure here to start the second half. Naftali heaves it in, finds Tulin, tries to right-foot it up to Morris, but it goes off and out of bounds for a throw-in for Lynn of Souhegan. Lynn gets the ball in to Carlton. Stolen there by Naftali. Tries to find Morris. Morris able to keep it in. She plays it in to Tulin. Tulin makes a nice little spin move, but stopped there. Now Morris plays it back. She'll find Matthews. Matthews looking to reverse the field. Sends it out wide. Has Taliaferro. Taliaferro looking for an overlap. Does. Had Michael. Now plays it back to Matthews. And we'll have a foul call against Bedford. Not sure who that's going against, but didn't see anything on that far side. So Stonebreaker will come out to take the free kick. Just about 6 minutes gone in the second half, no score. Knocked down there by Bedford. Stein looking to settle, finds Morris on the left wing. Morris looking for help, finds Matthews. Now left-footed move to Odell, tries to make a spin to Morris, but again, too strong and out of bounds. Right idea here, just a little too much on it. A little more finesse and touch. Stolen by Morris of Bedford. Finds Tulin. Tulin, nice move, right foot to left foot. But defended there. Oh, and that looked like a handball. And there we will get a handball. So Souhegan Lynn had made a nice play to turn the ball over, but she tried to fire it up and right inadvertently off her teammate's hand. And we'll have a free kick coming up just outside the 18 where Tulin will take it. So Souhegan will set up a little wall. Tulin will ask for space. The ref will count it off. Bedford heavily loaded on the far right side. Nobody on the left. So Stonebreaker will come over and cover the near post, gets her team lined up on the wall. Tulin floats up that left foot. Has racer players cutting in, but Stonebreaker again, too strong in net. So Taliaferro rushing in there, Odell rushing in there, but Stonebreaker able to break that up, and she hurls the ball out towards the left wing. Finds Hayden, but Hayden goes back and forth where it's turned over for a Bedford throw-in. Michael on the throw-in. Michael, the younger brother of Bedford High School football quarterback Joe Michael. They have a big game coming up on Friday against Nashua South. Now Souhegan racing down the right side, and Madison Lamar. Lamar pursued there by Naftali, and Naftali will watch it roll out of bounds. Nice play there by Naftali to shield and set up a throw-in. She finds Tulin. Turned over there to Souhegan. Souhegan's Lynn plays it back up. Finds Patton out. Blocked out of bounds by Naftali, and another throw-in coming up here for Lynn. Patton out, able to get a right foot on it and turn, but no avail as it just floated softly into Santos. Santos looking to potentially throw and decides instead to give it a right-footed boot out towards midfield. Picked up there by Odell, but turned over there to Kraus. Now headed down by Taliaferro. Controlled by Carlton. Pursued by Matthews and Tulin, and we'll get a late foul call here. Looks like this one will go against Avery Manny of Bedford, and it will. Seemed to be a late whistle on that as Souhegan was able to take control. So right on the midfield line, 30 minutes remaining here in the second half, still no score. Played up by Kraus. Now Souhegan threatening. Carlton, but no, Stein blocks it away. She finds Odell. Odell looking for help. Has a cutting Tulin, but way up ahead of Tulin, where that's going to be an easy turnover. So great pursuit by Tulin as Lynn brought it out wide. If Odell plays that with a little more touch, a little more finesse, she's got a streaking Tulin, but it's a good 10 yards too far ahead, and Lynn will take the throw in for Souhegan. Matthews for Bedford looks to settle, but played there by Baywell of Souhegan. She's pursued by Manny and Matthews. Matthews plays it down that right side for a streaking Taliaferro. Taliaferro has space. She chips it up and over, but there's nobody there. Perhaps she waits a little longer. She had plenty of time to play it in there. Needed to let her team run underneath it. Had plenty of time as Kimball had pulled off. So right idea, just need to slow that down and wait for her teammates to get there, and you have some action in front of the goal. Lynn, stolen by Morris of Bedford. Finds Manny. Manny looking for help. Finds Matthews, and we'll have a foul call again against Souhegan as she a little bit looked like an arm into the back by Brammer Dupuis. So Stein will come up and take this for Bedford. Right around the 40-yard line of the football field. Everybody along the edge of the 18. Stein rifles one in. Takes a funny hop, but there's Stonebreaker. Just that ball had a close chance to going up and over her head, but Stonebreaker retreated enough to keep it out of the net. So we'll remain scoreless. Good boot there by Stein, though. Now Stein again will play it up, where it's played down by Odell. She's looking for Morris, but again, too far. Naftali has space. She finds Manny. Manny tries to make a quick turn, though, and turns it over. Now blocked by Kate Michael. Now Stein and Humphrey overlap in the back. They have space, but they'll play it back to Santos. Santos will kick it out wide to Michael, who's got plenty of room to maneuver. She carries. Looking for help. Looking for someone to make a run. She has Taliaferro. Taliaferro, some good footwork along the line. Finds Manny, but that ball will go out of bounds. Well, substitutions here for Bedford. So Odell will come off for Crowder, and Stravopoulos will come on for Tulin. 27.5 minutes remaining here in the second half. Manny for Bedford. Pursuing. And we'll get another foul call against Souhegan here. And it looked like a push from behind there by Yavakovas. And this will result in another free kick for Bedford. So it looks like the aggressive play here in the second half is coming to Bedford's favor as Souhegan having a tough time handling it. And we're getting a few more foul calls against Souhegan. Stein drives the left foot in, has a rushing team. Plays it out to Stravopoulos and somehow kicks it just wide. So she had three Bedford players there between Manny, Taliaferro, and Stravopoulos, and somehow the ball got redirected just wide. Great kick in there and great pressure and run in by Bedford again. We still remain scoreless, though. Stonebreaker boots it up. Headed there by Stravopoulos, but controlled by Lamar of Souhegan. She tries to play it upwards, turned over to Stein. Stein still carrying, has a little bit of space. Looking for Grace Crowder, finds her, has a give and go with Stravopoulos, but just a little too far. So good execution, or just almost missing on the execution there is Bedford, where they have the right idea, just not able to fulfill it. Trying to put one by this keeper, settled by Matthews at midfield. She plays it up to Stravopoulos, who tries a one-timer with Manny. Now Matthews are bringing out wide to Manny. Finds Crowder. Crowder looking to turn, has a streaking Taliaferro on the right side. Taliaferro looking, has a nice cross, finds Morris. Loose ball's there and will go off the end line, and they'll call a corner kick. So nice play again there. Taliaferro will be able to gain some space, look up this time, find a teammate in Morris in front, and knocked over the end line by Souhegan for a corner kick. 25 minutes remaining here in the second half. Stein will take the left-footed kick for Bedford on this corner. Everybody except Grace Crowder on the 18. Everybody turning, rushing in. There's space, and just missed there by Neve Humphrey. So that one went up and over Stormbreaker, and that seems to be a good move because she's, again, aggressive and will come out and try to play it, but it went up and over her and just off the knee of Humphrey and out of bounds. Bedford maintaining great pressure here in the second half, similar to the first half, but really able to apply some continued pressure here in this half. Now Manny steals it, looking for Morris, but way too far, and Stormbreaker will come and gather it. Stormbreaker busy all game long. Tries the left foot, but it's a low kick, but finds a teammate anyway, and Bremer Dupuis. Morris chases from Bedford, and it will roll out of bounds for a Bedford throw. Morris gets it in quickly for Crowder. Crowder settles. Stolen there nicely by Souhegan and Kraus, but stolen right back by Bedford. Taliaferro looking to chip it in. Loose ball right in front. One-time shot, but just into the hands of Stonebreaker. Great pressure again there by Bedford. Taliaferro didn't wait for that ball to settle. She just right-footed it, and Stonebreaker again with that leap is able to keep it out. Well, it's going to take something to a corner or a redirect to be able to beat Stonebreaker because she's playing a solid goal tonight. And we'll have a foul here on Stein. Free kick coming up for Souhegan. Kraus will play it for, take the kick here for Souhegan as everybody advances. Be right around the midfield stripe. So Bedford threatening, but turned away so far. Kraus will take the kick. She plays it softly out wide to Lynn. Lynn has her head up, looks to play it into the box, but too far for a teammate there in Baywell, and fielded easily by Santos. Santos gives it a boot out towards midfield, has Manny, but plays up and over Manny's head, where it's headed down. But now Matthews for Bedford, just for Vopoulos, but turned over there. Played out wide to Bremer Dupuis. And we'll have a throw in. And substitutions for both teams. As two of them will come on for Bedford, as will Prokop of Bedford. Quick throw in by Souhegan. And it will go off a Bedford leg and out of bounds, and we'll do it again. Defended by Manny of Bedford, but Souhegan still able to control, but it will go off the foot of Baywell and out of bounds for a Bedford throw in, where Neftali will take it. 22 minutes remaining here in the second half, still no score. Final game of the regular season for Bedford as they are set up to get a first round bye in the postseason tournament. A little bit different setup this year, random draw, but they will play the winner of the Hanover-Concord game, and Bedford has played Concord twice this year, but has not played Hanover. Throw-in coming up here for Neftali. Finds Stravopoulos, but knocked away there nicely by Bremer Dupuis. But now Manny has it from Bedford. Finding Taliaferro. She chips it past. She's able to carry a little bit of space. Pursued by Kimball. Looking for a cutting Olivia Tulin. Tulin, who's just reinserted, but overrun there by Prokop. Prokop seemed to, if she engages there, they might have another play where Tulin is chasing and Prokop pulled away, but kicked out of bounds by Souhegan anyway for a throw in. Manny plays it to Neftali. Back to Manny. Looking for help. Tries to spin move along the line. And they'll call that over the line. That ball looked like it was right on the line, but the referee was much closer, so he will call it out of play for Souhegan throw in. Neftali for Bedford stealing. Guarded there by Yakov Kovis. Yakovikas plays it up on the left side. Cut in there by Hayden. Hayden will get a shot on, but easily fielded by Santos. Santos gives it a boot into the thick, heavy air. Pursued by Manny, but controlled by Yakovikas. Yakovikas then taken down, or there was Carlton. Carlton taken down by Manny, but still able to maintain control is Souhegan. Souhegan applying pressure here, but played away nicely by Humphrey. Humphrey finding Taliaferro. Taliaferro finding Grace Crowder, but Grace Crowder going in a different direction. The ball turned over to Souhegan, but stolen by Stravopoulos. To Prokop of Bedford. Looking for Tulin. Tulin finding space. Got dribbling space. She got Taliaferro on the wing and Crowder through the middle. She tries to keep the ball, but nice back defensive play there by Carlton. So Tulin never felt the pressure of Carlton coming there, and she had made a nice move to the outside, but pursued on the backside by Carlton. So Stein of Bedford will control now. She works it along to that left foot, boots it out wide to Prokop. Prokop's got some space. She foots it down, looking for help. Plays it towards the middle, but stolen easily there by Bremer Dupuis. Bedford trying a little give and go with Kate Michael and Taliaferro and Manny. Manny still controlling. Broken up nicely, but played up by Stravopoulos. Settled nicely by Crowder of Bedford. She's got three defenders on her. She's looking for help. Finds Tulin. Tulin has a just go between her legs, though, where it's controlled by Lynn and knocked out of play for a goal kick. Still no score. Just over 18 minutes remaining here in the second half. Substitution on for Souhegan. Hayden will move to the striker position. Stonebreaker will take the goal kick from the far end of the field facing the scoreboard. She levels the right foot. Headed there by Manny. And down by Stravopoulos of Bedford. To Tulin. Tulin looking for Crowder, but turned over there. Now Neftali with that great speed. Jumps it. Finds Tulin in the middle. Tulin looking for help. Does a pullback. Tries to find Manny. Manny tries to one-touch it over to Prokop. Prokop turns it over. Now able to regain control. Had a person back there in Neftali, but decides not to play it. But Neftali able to regain control and play it all the way back to her line to Stein, who plays it all the way across to Humphrey. Along that back line, that really solid back line of defense for Bedford. Humphrey plays it up to Taliaferro. Taliaferro looking for an overlap. Defended there well by Souhegan. Now Manny has it. Manny looking for support. Plays it to Humphrey. She will reverse field to Stein. Stein left foots it up. Has Crowder. Crowder, turned the wrong way. Had a streaking Manny. But here comes Tulin. But Tulin is covered. And the ball will get knocked out of bounds. But kept in actually briefly by Prokop. She gets a left foot on it. Knocked away there by Souhegan. Prokop still pursuing. Tries to play it in. But stolen and turned over there by Yakovikas. And then knocked out of bounds for Souhegan. So good pressure here, sustained by Bedford. See if they can get one here with 16 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second half. No score. Naftali throws it into the box, looking for Crowder. Tried to be cleared by Kraus. Prokop looking to get a left foot on it. Blocked away there by Souhegan, Carlton, and she'll knock it out of play and let Bedford throw it in again so they can regroup. Naftali getting called to by Tulin. Tulin asking for it. Tries to make a turn, but Carlton steals and she'll turn it away quickly. Now Stein tries to gather for Bedford, but stolen there by Hayden. Hayden controlling, surveying. Finds a teammate down the right wing and Patnow, but that ball's too far and will go out of bounds for a Bedford throw in. We had a good supply of soccer balls on the field in the start of the first half, but those seem to have disappeared. So now players are forced to go chase until they can find one to throw in. Souhegan controlling. Nice triangular passing. They try to work the ball back towards the middle and switch the field, but stolen by Kate Michael. Settled down there by Brammer Dupuis. Dupuis stolen by Tulin. Tulin has space. Looks for Manny. Has a cutting Manny. Manny racing in all alone. She's got just Stonebreaker to beat, and she fires a shot that goes wide. So Stonebreaker and Manny collide just at the 18. Manny gets a shot off, but it goes wide, and that should be a corner kick. But the referee looks undecided about what it should be. If it went off the keeper there, that should be a corner kick. So pretty heavy collision there from Stonebreaker and Manny. But the ball goes wide, and they will, in fact, call it a goal kick. Well, we said early in the first half how aggressive the Stonebreaker is as a keeper, and she showed it there. She was one-on-one with Manny. Now Stravopoulos settles. Looks for Taliaferro. Taliaferro tries to play it up to Crowder. Crowder has it stolen, but now played up again. Taliaferro controlling down that right side, but knocked out of bounds there by Lynn. Michael will take the throw in. Leaning to Taliaferro. She's able to get it around that side. She's able to knife back through. She chips it up towards the middle, but it's knocked away there by Kraus. Now Michael with it. And she has to go off her leg and out of play for a Souhegan throw in. Just under 14 minutes remaining here in the half. Still no score. Bedford with much more consistent play here in the second half and able to control a lot more. Still not a ton of rhythm, but some injuries and a lot of introduction of new players. Makes a lot of sense, but it's good experience for this team as they prep for the playoffs. Michael will take the throw in. Looking for a streaking Manny. Manny tries to head it. Stolen there by Taliaferro, but Taliaferro tries to get off a shot or turn that's blocked. And Stonebreaker will kick it out quickly where it's pursued by Michael. And Humphrey. And now back to Stein. Stein, plenty of time. Plays it up to Prokop. She has to go by her, trying to use that speed, going on that left side. She has time and space. Looking for help. Tries to play it through to Manny, to Tulin. Tulin down towards that end line. Tries to get a turn and put it towards the middle of the box. Just couldn't get the hips around, though, and the ball will go over the end line for a goal kick. Stonebreaker will take the goal kick here. Just over 12 minutes remaining in the second half. No score. Stonebreaker with the boot out towards midfield. Stravopoulos of Bedford there. Plays it back to Naftali. Naftali tries to find Tulin, but taken away there by Souhegan. Souhegan trying to advance up. Headed forward by Hayden, but turned over to Humphrey on that great defensive line of Bedford. Manny finds Tulin. Tulin looking for someone to make a run. Has Crowder, but that ball is too far in advance and right into the hands of Stonebreaker, who will punt it away. Naftali of Bedford. Nice move there. She's able to control. Tries to play it up to Prokop. Prokop has teammates with her. She's looking for Crowder. Crowder tries to make a turn. She does. She has teammates. She tries to get a shot on, but that ball is well wide. So she had help there and multiple options, but tries to take a shot in on that. Not necessarily a bad decision, but will go out of bounds for another goal kick. We'll have a substitution here for Bedford. Souhegan controlling. Now Stein maybe gets the ball to turn over. Finds Manny. Manny looking for help. Finds Stravopoulos. Stravopoulos to Tulin. Tulin looking for help as well. Makes a nice move. Able to get it on her left foot. Now finds Crowder. Crowder, see if she can get that turn on. Finds Manny. Manny looking for space. Defended well there. Plays it to Humphrey. Tries another through ball to Manny. But Manny turns that ball over to Lynn. Now controlled here by Souhegan. Stein will left foot it out, but that ball didn't get the hips around on that one either, and that ball will go out of bounds for a Souhegan throw in. 10 minutes remaining here in the second half. No score. Lynn will take the throw in for Bedford. We'll have two substitutions for Souhegan as Lamar comes back on. She's looking for it, but stolen there by Stravopoulos. Stravopoulos finding Crowder. Crowder looking for a streaking Manny, but that ball too wide and stolen easily by Souhegan. Stein fighting with Hayden. Bedford able to control, but now stolen and turned over to Colton. Colton redirects up ahead where Naftali has it from Bedford. Stolen there back again by Lamar. Lamar finds help. Has Patnaud. Patnaud looking for Lamar and looking for support, but a rushing Hayden, and Santos is easily comes out to play that ball. Gives it a boot to Crowder. Crowder settles very nicely, but stolen and turned over immediately. Lane with it. One times it up to Patnaud. Patnaud plays it up and stolen by Naftali. Now Manny of Bedford looking ahead for a Crowder, and that will go through both Crowder and the defense all the way down to Stonebreaker, who will gobble it in. Stonebreaker plays it up towards midfield. Need down there by Stravopoulos, but controlled and stolen away by Souhegan. Give and go action there. Lamar, but stolen by Stein. Stein still has it. Now stolen away there by Patnaud. Now to Lamar. Lamar bringing down to that corner. She's in pursuit by Naftali. Naftali with nice close down defense. And stolen there by Prokop of Bedford. Chipped away by Tulin, who has Crowder. Crowder tries to play it up and ahead, but the ball will go out of bounds for a Souhegan throw. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the second half. No score. Lynn for Souhegan throws it in. Blocked away there by Prokop, but again, we'll do it. A throw in for Souhegan. Lynn again. This time finds Patnaud. Patnaud back to Lynn. Stolen there. Manny or Tulin looking for Prokop. Prokop had stopped and hesitated, and Tulin wanted her to make that run. So the ball will go out of bounds for another throw in. Stolen by on the throw in by Naftali. Good aggressive play there from the back line, but cleared by Souhegan. Now stolen by Stein, who finds Tulin. Tulin to Manny. Manny to Tulin again, but blocked away there nicely by Kimball of Souhegan. We'll have two more substitutions as Lana Morris will come back in for Bedford, as will Taliaferro. Bedford looking to convert here with 6.5 minutes remaining. Kate Michael with a nice throw in. Headed there by Taliaferro, looking for help. Knocked away by Souhegan. Olivia Matthews for Bedford. Reinserted into the game, plays it back to Stein. Stein plays it out on the wing to Lana Morris. Lana has a Lynn for Souhegan and Morris of Bedford almost collided there, so there seemed to be some decision about who's going to get it, and then the ball looked like it went off the body of Lana Morris and out of play for a throw in for Souhegan. Lynn for Souhegan, throwing it in short. Stolen there by Matthews of Bedford. Oh, she tried to make a spin move, but loses the ball and pursues again. And she steals it right back. Finds Lana Morris. Morris looking for help, looking for space. Finds Manny. The ball's too far and stolen there by Souhegan. Souhegan pursuing. Turned over there to Humphrey. Humphrey gives it a ride up all the way to find Taliaferro all alone down that wing. She's got space, though. She's looking for help, trying to get by Kimball. She tries to give it a touch past Kimball, and it goes off Kimball's foot and will go as a corner kick for Bedford. Five minutes to go here in the second half. We'll go on referee time for the remainder of regulation. Stein, get that left foot. Everybody out by the 18 except for Taliaferro is right on the goal line. The curl in shot. To look for a redirect, and it all bounces around just inside the end line. Taliaferro tries a one-timer there, just goes wide. Somehow that ball stayed out and it bounced a couple of bodies and redirected out of play. Nicely played in there, though, by Stein. She and Humphrey do a great job on those corner kicks. Naftali. She'll throw it back in. She finds Taliaferro. Taliaferro tries to head it. She has space. She finds Tulin. Looking for Taliaferro. Taliaferro there and knocked away. She tried to set it up on her left foot to get a shot off. Didn't feel the pressure coming from behind by Brammer Dupuis, but the ball will go off of a Bedford foot and out of bounds for a goal kick. So again, good sustained pressure by Bedford. Probably about 4 minutes remaining here in the half. Stonebreaker. Drive the right foot into it and clear it up towards midfield. Matthews tries to head it down for Bedford, but it goes back to Stein. Stein up to Manny. Manny plays it on that right wing. She's got speeding help there, but knocked away safely by Kimball of Souhegan, who's content to just knock the ball out of bounds and let her team regroup. Thrown in here to a cutting Tulin. Tulin trying to set it up. Turns and gets a shot off. Played there on the foot by Stonebreaker and had a rushing Alana Morris and just picks it up in time. Well, I was a little too casual there, but still able to keep it out of the back of the net. This time Morris will left foot it. Naftali tries to make a run up on it, but it bounces by her. Blocked off nicely by Stein. She pulls it back on the field, finds Lana Morris. Morris looking for help. Has Matthews, but stolen there by Souhegan. Now Stein. Now Manny. Manny whiffs. Ball's taken there by Yakovickas. Blocked away, though. Now Taliaferro pursues as it goes all the way back towards that defensive line of Souhegan. A little bit of boom ball going right now. Tulin looking for Taliaferro, but Taliaferro on a dead sprint doesn't see it, and it's turned back over. Now Naftali steals. Tries to play it to Manny, but turns the ball over. Matthews out wide, but stolen there quickly by Lynn. Matthews trying to fight for it. Played up by Naftali. Now Tulin. Looking for a streaking Bedford player on the right side, and also had a cutting Taliaferro, but the ball way too far down the corner, picked up by Stonebreaker. Stonebreaker will take her time. Approximately 2 minutes left here in the first half. Kate Michael heads the ball down for Bedford. Finds Matthews at Bedford. Tries to play it out wide to Lana Morris. Tries to touch it to Olivia Tulin, but the ball is popped up in the air. But stolen there. Morris has it now for Bedford. Brings it towards the middle of the field. Has Taliaferro. She one times it off the left foot. Looking for support. Plays it back to Kate Michael. Michael plays it out wide. And that ball got out of bounds for Souhegan throw in. Waning minutes here of regulation. Thrown in here by Souhegan. Now Matthews plays it. She plays it out wide for Lana Morris. Lana Morris tries to make a move, but blocked off there by Lynn. And Kraus from Souhegan will give it a ride where it's headed there by Naftali. Matthews for Bedford has it. And now Morris plays it out to Naftali. Naftali's got space. She's got that great speed too. She plays it down that left line. She's got Tulin. Tulin rushing in. Tries to make a cut in, but Kraus blocks her off. And Kraus just bang it out of bounds for a throw in. This could be the final chance for Bedford here in regulation. Everybody running up. Naftali hurls it into the box. Looking for Taliaferro. Taliaferro with the cross. Oh, and they're saying it just went over the line. She gets in front to Manny. And Manny one times it in, but the whistle had blown for the ball going over the end line and a goal kick. The officials looking at their watches now. Stonebreaker gets it away to Manny. Manny heads it. Waning seconds here. Blocked off there, and that'll be the end of regulation. So we have played 80 minutes here at Bulldog Stadium. No score between the Souhegan Sabres and Bedford Bulldogs. We have a 5-minute intermission and come back for a 5-minute overtime.
We will now have a 5-minute break followed by one 10-minute overtime.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as the Souhegan visiting Souhegan Sabres and the Bedford Bulldogs hosting Bedford Bulldogs will play a 10-minute overtime here. Had been followed by two 40-minute sessions of scoreless play. And Souhegan will start with the ball here in the second half. The speed here by Hayden. She plays it up on the wing, looking for Baywell, but blocked away by Naftali to Lana Morris. She tries to give and go, but nothing there. So Morris regroups and sends it up where she finds Taliaferro, looking for a rushing Avery Manny. But Avery Manny just can't get there in time, and it's kicked away by Patnog. Or check that by Kimball. Now Crowder of Bedford pursuing, but called for a foul, and then we'll have a free kick for Souhegan. No score here. Almost 1 minute gone into a 10-minute overtime. Final regular season game as the teams prepare for the postseason play. Kraus right foots it. Headed away there by Kate Michael of Bedford. She plays it up. Loose ball is still. Now she is able to gain control, but settled by Souhegan. Nice turn move there by Hayden. Hayden plays it out wide. Finds Lynn. Lynn plays it down into the corner, looking for Baywell, but too far, and that ball go out of bounds for a Bedford goal kick. So something brewing there for Souhegan, but couldn't get anything to come to fruition and getting a shot on net. So Zoe Santos will drive the right foot into it for Bedford. Defended and blocked away there by Hayden of Souhegan. So we'll have a throw in here for Bedford. Lana Morris, Bedford. She'll hand it off to Naftali, and Naftali, who's got a very nice throw in, looking for someone to make a run down the line. Finds Taliaferro, heads it up back up to Kraus. Kraus will give it a left-footed boot, where it's headed out of play by Naftali. And up and into the stands. Under 8 minutes remaining here in overtime. Neither team able to get anything going as of yet. Lynn will take the throw in. Turned over there to Naftali, but able to be controlled by Souhegan. Lynn tries to play the ball in. It's blocked away there by Humphrey. And not again, no flow necessarily. Naftali plays it out wide to Morris. Morris settling, surveying, looking for support. Finds Manny. Manny at midfield. Tries to find Tulin, but not enough there, and that ball is booted out of bounds. And blocked away by Souhegan. See if Bedford can get a little momentum. Naftali will take the throw. Finds Olivia Matthews. Matthews settles. Has time. Nobody in pursuit as of yet. She tries to fire that to Grace Crowder on the wing, but blocked away. Whereas headed up by Kate Michael of Bedford and then driven forward by Souhegan all the way down to Stein of Bedford. Plays it up to Matthews. Matthews again has time. Looking for space. Has Kate Michael. Michael plays it up quickly to Manny. Manny turns the ball over there to Bremer Dupuis. And the two teams will fight. But that ball is turned over. Michael gets a nice throw in to Taliaferro, who tries to one time. Kimball trying to block off, and they're going to call a push on Taliaferro as Kimball was trying to shield and block her off, and they'll call a push. So a free kick coming up here for Souhegan. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the overtime. Kraus for Souhegan will take the kick, taking their time. She right foots it away. Stolen there by Crowder of Bedford. She settles nicely. Tries to find Manny and tries to find Tulin, but goes through both of them. Manny tries to find Taliaferro, but that ball goes up and out of bounds. See if Bedford can try to settle this and keep it down in this end. They have not been able to do so thus far. Crowder, nice job jumping the ball on the throw-in. Taliaferro turns, goes into the corner. Gets that cross off towards the middle of the net, but right there is Stonebreaker. She had Manny cutting in, Morris cutting in, but Stonebreaker again, good play to come out and steal that one away. She drives that foot in. Now Tulin controlling for Bedford, looking for Taliaferro, and it has it go right by her where it's picked up by Stonebreaker. Two defenders there, not letting Taliaferro get by. And we'll have a switch here as Crowder will go towards the center striker position and Taliaferro will go to the wing. Stonebreaker looking to get this ball out towards midfield, gives it a boot. Goes off of Morris's head. Recovered there by Baywell. Baywell tries to place it back to Lynn and it goes out of bounds. So Bedford will get the throw in. Crowd trying to rouse Bedford along here with the final waning minutes of overtime. Played into Grace Crowder. Crowder settles nicely, but chipped away there by Souhegan. Matthews for Bedford trying to gain control. Plays it back to Stein, who quickly left foots it up, but stolen away. Matthews for Bedford. Right foots it out to Taliaferro. Taliaferro looking to turn, surveying, plays it up to Crowder. Crowder tries to go by Kimball, but she'll left foot it out of bounds for a quick throw in for Bedford coming up here. Kate Michael. Just down in that far corner. Heaves the ball in. Taliaferro back to Michael. And we'll do it again as Souhegan will play that ball out of bounds. Michael able to throw it in. Finds Crowder. Taliaferro there on the end line. Able to chip it forward, but again, just too far. And you had a cutting Naftali on the header, but again, just too far over that end line. Nice little cross there, but just over the end line. So again, we'll have another goal kick. About 3 minutes remaining here in overtime. For picking up that pressure here. Stonebreaker gets it off where it's stopped by Yakokovitz. Now played up by Michael. Has Crowder. Crowder on that wing. Covered by Kimball. Tries to chip it past Kimball. Now Crowder does. She's able to play it one time, and that goes off. It looked like the foot of Stonebreaker, but no, they're going to say that missed her foot and went over the end line. So she had a cutting Alana Morris and Tulin coming in. Nice little play by Grace Crowder there, but just not able to get it past the keeper, who again casually played that with her foot instead of trying to pick it up. Taking a chance there with cutting offenders coming in to try to chip it in. So Stonebreaker will take the kick. Settled there by Yakovickas. Yakovickas has it stolen though. Matthews for Bedford finds Manny. Manny looking for Crowder. Finds Tulin though. Tulin switches it to the left foot, gets the left-footed shot away, and it just sails wide. So Stonebreaker looks like she had a late break on that ball, but the ball just sneaks by her wide. She made a last-second dive for it, but just went by the far post. Taliaferro there looking for a rebound as well, but it will result in another goal kick. Probably down to the final minute and a half of overtime. Stonebreaker makes that boot up. Chipped ahead there by Patton out of Souhegan, but out of bounds. Kate Michael will get the ball in quickly. A nice throw in there. Tries to find Manny. Booted it out of bounds again by Patton out. We'll get another throw in. Now Taliaferro racing down that side. Finds Grace Crowder. Grace Crowder tries to get a one ball in there and has a cutting Morris, and the ball is just too far ahead. Well, that's a repeat performance we've seen in that play several times and twice in the last minute. And the ball just goes over that end line. Nicely done, though, by the advancing play along that forward group. And Taliaferro to Crowder to Morris, but just missing. Final waning seconds of overtime. Matthews steals to Tulin. Tulin looking for Crowder. Finds Crowder. Crowder tries to cut in. Knocked away there by Kraus, and she'll just be content to drill it as far out of bounds as she can. See how much time remains here. The officials keeping the clock on the field, and they're looking at their watches right now. This could be the final play of the game. Everybody rushing in. Naftali gives it a hurl. Manny tries to chip it ahead, and that will in fact be the final play. So unless we go to additional overtimes like we did against Timberlane, that will be the final score tonight. So Souhegan and Bedford play to a 0-0 draw. Bedford controlled most of the play this evening, but isn't able to put one past Stonebreaker. And the final score at the end of 90 minutes, Souhegan 0, Bedford 0, as Bedford will now get ready for the postseason tournament. Thank you all for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening.